Oh, buddy, I'm so excited right now that I was gonna hold off until Friday to actually do a proper video, but I just can't keep it in. I most likely will be able to get a marijuana card here in Canada. If you guys have been following along my journey, then you know I've been smoking marijuana throughout the last 2 years that I've been documenting myself here on YouTube. I've been basically smoking marijuana every single day for myself. I have a very active mind. When I try to go to bed at nighttime, if I'm not completely exhausted and drained out from the day, I'm just tossing and turning, thinking of the most useless shit, like, oh, I should have said that, or I should have said this in a conversation that I had today. So I found that marijuana is very beneficial for helping me get to sleep, along with my creativity and a host of other different factors in my life. I find marijuana extremely beneficial and it helps me. And then on top of these 2 years that I've been documenting my marijuana use, I've actually been smoking weed for like 5 or 6 years on top of that. So to be honest, I think I'm coming on to like a decade now where I've pretty much been smoking weed on a daily basis. Once I was past 20 years old, so definitely for the last 7 years now, I've been smoking it on a pretty much daily basis. Probably only like 1 or 2 days a year that I haven't been smoking it. So I'm glad that the legality is finally getting changed here in Canada. If you guys have been following along my journey here, it's like I smoke weed every single day. Yet, I'm still able to accomplish things. I'm still able to grow my mind, grow my ideas, build skills, and build knowledge. It's like marijuana isn't hindering me in my journey. If anything, it is only benefiting me, and I want to take you guys through that. I want to show you guys that. So this is something I want to discuss a lot more on my channel, but I haven't been discussing it a lot because it's not legal here in Canada yet. But now that I can get something like a marijuana card here in Canada, it makes me discussing these kind of issues with you guys a lot less like, I don't even know what the correct word is to use right now, but it's a little nerve-wracking when you discuss something that is kind of illegal. So I'm very excited to be able to go down and most likely be able to get this card. Apparently I just go down there, I bring 2 pieces of identification, and I kind of tell them what my ailments, how I feel like I'm hindered in life, and how I feel marijuana will benefit me. So I want to take you guys through this whole journey. I want to take you guys through this whole consultation that I'm going to do. So I actually just got off the phone with the guy. He seemed a little unsure. He was like, oh, that'd be a great idea. I'd love to, I told him straight up, like, I'm an avid marijuana user. I'm also a YouTuber here in London. I'm very interested in getting a not a green card, a marijuana card for myself. And I'd love to document the journey to show other Canadians what the process is like, what you have to go through to get a marijuana card here in Canada. And he loved the idea. He said he was gonna call me back in about 20 minutes. So I'm basically just waiting for his phone call out here, but I'm just so excited. Like, this is interesting. I've been waiting so long to have it here in Canada where I can walk into a store and I can actually purchase the strains that I want to purchase, because as of right now, and don't get me wrong, it's what I have and it's what I can get by with, but every time I go purchase my my weed from my weed guy, it's always a different strain. He always buys in bulk, so he always has different stuff. Some months it's awesome and it's helping me perfectly. It helps me get to bed, it helps my creativity, and then other months it's like, it's the complete opposite stuff. It makes me stay up wide awake, so I'm questioning the universe again, which is awesome, and I love that. But I want to be able to use that during certain periods of the day or certain times when I can fully optimize that. Right now, it's like I'm just stuck with whatever I got. And that's very unfortunate because, as I mentioned, this stuff really benefits me in my life. And if I could optimize that, I can increase my daily productivity. I can increase my skill and my knowledge base a whole lot more if I was using the right type of stuff. So as I said there, I'm very, very excited. I honestly don't know how to keep my excitement in right now because I just can't believe this is finally actually happening. Like, it's been so long that all these great kind of studies and all these things saying and stating how marijuana can help reduce the symptoms of cancer and possibly even reverse and reduce cancer and all these other benefits to ailments that are going on in life. And it's like, it's still not legal here in Canada. So I'm glad to finally see something like this coming into the world, coming into fruition here in Canada. I want to be part of that because, as I mentioned, marijuana is something that's a part of my life. So I want to take you guys through this journey. I'm really excited here. Just waiting for their phone call so I can book a time for Friday. And then on Friday there, I'm going to try to take you guys through the whole consultation. So excited, much wow, yes. Alright world, downtown London, it is Friday. I'm here, ready to get my marijuana card. Look at all this awesome graffiti. Yeah. I think this is where I'm going, right here, the Chronic Hub. Let's see how this little consultation goes.
Yeah. No, I'm chill, man. I'm cool.
Now we just wait to see the doctor. Alright, I wasn't able to do a lot of recording in there because they were just a little iffy on it. The regulations, and as you guys saw there from my paperwork, this stuff's still illegal. It's still illegal here in Canada, yet I can walk in a store and I can purchase this stuff. So this is amazing. I'm glad we're taking the first step as Canadians to actually get this legalized and decriminalized here in Canada. I'm very excited. I got to go in there and basically purchase the exact strain I wanted. Can't see me too well now, but I picked up Blue Dream. It's like a hybrid between sativa and indica. I think it's more heavily on the sativa, which is something I'm more interested in. I want to, when I smoke this stuff, I want to smoke and be lively, be creative for an hour or two, and then get tired. I don't want to get tired instantly, and I don't want to be wired the whole night just thinking about space and the universe and the cosmos and all this stuff. So, sorry it's so dark right now, but walking through a big empty parking lot here in downtown London. It's 2 days before Christmas, so I'm heading home. Grandparents come tomorrow. I got a lot to do to prep and get ready, so thank you guys so much for watching this video. I can't believe that I got a marijuana card here in Canada. Yeah! Alright, I'm all back home now. I had a nice little shower and I've calmed down a little bit. The excitement has waned off, so now that my head's in a little more better place, I'm not all excited that I finally have a medical marijuana card, I want to discuss the whole situation because I wasn't able to document it for you guys and it was just a little awkward. But first, so when I first got there, I walked up to the door and it was locked, and like I yanked on it and there were people inside there, like there was all windows looking outside, and I kind of pulled on the door and I was like, oh, it's locked, yet there's people in there and they're looking at me. And nothing happened, so I stood there for like 5 seconds, I looked around for like a ringer or a buzzer and nothing again. So I was like, this is a little weird, so I kind of pulled on the door again to kind of get their attention. No one saw me, so I gave it another 2 or 3 tugs, and then they finally saw me and they buzzed me in. So everything was okay after that. But again, a little awkward, a little weird, you know. You're coming up to a new store, a new place, you have no idea what's going on, you have no idea behind the legalities and the issues behind this. So once they buzzed me in, there was just 5 or 6 people all standing around, like no one was talking to each other. There was one guy at the desk there and he was helping someone out. No one was like, hey, how you doing, or how's it going? It was a little weird. But after that, I stood there for a minute. He finished up with the one guy and then he looked over. He's like, oh, hey, how's it going? Gave me some papers to fill out, as you guys saw there. So I filled out all that stuff. I read through it all. And after that, I sat there for another about 5 minutes or so. And then I got headed off to the doctor's waiting room. So once they led me into the doctor's room, it was just a guy on Skype there. I really have no idea if he is a doctor or not. He was just, I sat down, we talked a little bit. And after I told him my situation, if you guys follow along my journey and you saw the beginning of this video, I got a very restless mind. Like, if I'm not dead tired at night, and this is exactly what I said to him, it's like, if I'm not dead tired, if I haven't exhausted my body, and I try to go to bed, like I'm tossing and turning, and that messes me up for the next day. It ruins my productivity because I'm tired and I'm drained and I'm worn out. And I found from marijuana that it helps me. Along with that, like, I don't know if you guys see, like, I love discussing issues in the world. I love pondering and dealing with different life issues. So if I've already gone to the gym and I come home and I read something or I get involved in something, I get a little amped up sometimes. I get worked up, and I do it to myself. I never take it out there into the world. Like, this is all just for me. So I find, you know, it's nice to have a way to calm down from that, to settle this anxiety. I think just living in this society where you know that, you know, driving to work is possibly ruining the environment. Purchasing things at the store, buying all this stuff, unboxing all these things, all that stuff's even if you're trying to recycle as much as you can, you don't know the whole process involved. So living in this society gives you anxiety almost sometimes. So this is some of the stuff I said to him, and after that he was like, and I told him straight up, you know, I have a YouTube channel and I've been wanting to discuss this more, and I feel with having a medical marijuana card that it will help to legitimize it and make it not so being worried about what's going on. Like I can say to the cops if something does happen that, look, like I'm registered, like I have a medical marijuana license, a medical marijuana card. So after that, he was like, great, I filled out your application here. I just sent it to the guys at the front desk. Go up to the front desk. I walked up to the front desk. Within a minute or two, they printed out my card there. I got to walk right into the room. They didn't have any edibles. Apparently, I'm not sure if the legalities are going to change or what's going on. He just told me kind of real quick that they can't sell edibles because it's not good for the children, apparently, because cookies and lollipops and all this stuff, which this is something I've wanted to experiment around with a long time, is that I've heard from the Joe Rogan Experience podcast and from many other people who I feel have legitimized themselves in the world, and they've experimented with psychedelics and marijuana and even edibles, that there's a very different high when you intake edibles, when you intake marijuana and THC into your body and it gets digested rather than through smoking it, because there's different enzymes, and when your body breaks it down and releases it different ways. I don't know 100% about it, but I've heard a lot about it, and I've heard it gives you a different experience. I've experimented around several times in college, making brownies, making cookies and all this kind of stuff, making weed butter. So weed edibles, like I've heard, like having one Jolly Rancher and getting on a plane is just like you're gone for, like Joe Rogan says he'll fly like to Australia or something, and he's just in another universe, which is crazy and stuff. And even eating like half a cookie or half a brownie is just like whoa, because of how much they can put into these edibles. So this is something I wanted to experiment around with. Unfortunately, they didn't have it. As I probably showed you guys there, I can't remember if I did on video, but I did get these 5 capsules, and apparently they have THC oil in them, so take that. It's pretty much the exact same thing. So I'm going to experiment around with that, going to experiment around with all this. I plan on in the future, depending on what you guys want to see, if you guys are interested in this or not, experimenting around with different kind of weeds, telling and showing you guys the effects that they have on me. Like the whole purpose of this video right now, of what I just did, was to show you guys that I can smoke marijuana and I can still talk. I can still articulate myself. I might not be 100% the same. Do you guys see a difference in how I was talking before to how I was talking after I had this toke? Probably because I was all excited and everything, but what about my other videos? A lot of my other videos, or I'd say 99% of my videos, I'm not high while I'm recording them. So, do you guys see a difference between me right now from my other videos? How much marijuana do I have to smoke for you guys to see a difference in me? And now, I hope you guys, like, this is not a sign to go smoke marijuana. This is okay to smoke marijuana. Experiment around. This is your life, your body. Take things slow. Again, I've been doing this for a long time, so I know the effects that these have on my body. I'm already getting pasty. But once again, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I can't believe I have a medical marijuana card. Wow. That's all I can really say. It's been so long that I've actually been nervous about purchasing stuff like this. So it's actually nice to know that even if I do still go get it from my guy, that at least I have a card. At least I have something that shows that I've registered myself. I've talked to a doctor and they agree that this is something okay to implement into my life. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I am the Hungarian Experiment.